how do you eventually get caught, man? How did the guy set you up?
So, you know, I accumulated all these drug dealers from different cities, like, because Knoxville has drug dealers from a bunch of different cities go to Knoxville, because dope's expensive in Knoxville, but super cheap in Detroit and Cleveland and Atlanta, you know what I mean? So they go to these mid-level cities to sell dope and make, you know, as much money as they can. But so I knew people from, was dealing with people from Detroit, Flint, Cleveland, Atlanta, Chicago, you know, all these people that were living in Knoxville but buying their dope in different cities and then coming you know, re-up it.
Yeah.
So I ended up like meeting this guy from Cleveland. It was this like kind of like a family, I guess. It was like him and his brother and his cousin all kind of switch, you know, he'd be selling dope for a few months and then give the phone to his brother, and his brother would, so they could kind of like take turns selling dope with the same cell phone number. So it was all the same people, but so, like, I ended up ripping this guy off, like, for a lot of money, really. I was buying, like, an 8-ball a day for fucking 3 weeks. I mean, a month, like, I got him probably, like, $10,000 over the course of a month. I guess he said it was raining one day, so the bill got wet, and that color-shifting makeup came off. So he found out they were fake that way. But I had gotten him for, like, $10,000 first, you know what I mean? So, he wasn't happy about it, but he was able to use the bills to re-up and spend them, so he wasn't, like, too pissed, you know what I mean? He wanted more of them. So I started dealing with him, and we'd go up to Cleveland, and, you know, I'd break bills, and he'd do his thing with the drug thing, and then, you know, we'd come back, and we did that for about 6 months, until one day I was supposed to go to Cleveland with him, but I got arrested on a little petty charge. Like, I had a failure to appear for, like, traffic tickets. So I go to jail for, like, the night, bond out, and he already left without me because he had to re-up. Like, he wasn't waiting for me, whatever. So, and at this point, we actually were renting a house together. So I go home, and one of his little runner chicks that was selling dope for him while he was gone was basically like, she's like, E told me not to tell you this, but he got arrested up in Cleveland. I just thought you should know. So I was like, damn, you know what I mean? He told you not to tell me. Like,
yeah, that's kind of sketchy, yeah.
And I mean, in this house, he was selling dope, and I had like a whole studio in the back, you know what I mean? Like printers and computers and ventilation fans sucking so I could spray the bills with this chemical and all this. So when she told me that, I was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Like, I grab all the equipment, go stay in a hotel. So, like, maybe 2 days later, he calls me. And he's wanting to meet up. Excuse me. He's wanting to meet up. He was supposed to get some boxes of Bibles from a maintenance guy he knew up in Cleveland. So I was like, yeah, I'm not meeting up. I was like, I'm just traveling around, bro. I'll talk, like, trying to avoid the conversation. He was like, well, I got those Bibles for you. I was like, all right, just hold on to them. I'm out of town. Like, you know what I mean? What do you want? Like, I'll call you later. And then he was like, well, he kept being, like, persistent about meeting up with me. And I already knew, like, what time it was. You know what I mean? I knew he got arrested. He's keeping a secret from me. Now he's, like, trying to meet up. He wasn't saying anything over the phone, though. So I was like, I kept bullshitting with him, like, you know what I mean? But then he basically was like, I couldn't re-up in Cleveland. Can you get me 700 grams from some of your Detroit people? And, like, when he asked that, I was like, bro, you just got arrested. What the fuck are you doing, you know, talking over the phone like this, bro? You're talking reckless. You're not telling me you just got out of jail, bro. I'm like, you're being sketchy. I don't sell drugs. You know I don't sell drugs. Goodbye.
This is the conversation y'all having over the phone.
Yeah. So that was it, basically. That's all it took, because they GPS, they tracked my phone just from that conversation, which I didn't think, you know, I figured, like, okay, maybe he was cooperating. He told them my name. But, like, when I grabbed everything from the house, I grabbed everything. Like, there was no evidence at the house. So I figured, like, maybe they're building a case on me. They're investigating me, you know what I mean? But, like, I didn't think they had anything, you know what I mean? So I wasn't too, like, nervous about it, you know what I mean? Like I said, I kind of knew it was inevitable I'd get caught eventually. I was thinking I was smarter than the feds and I could, you know what I'm saying, navigate through all this. But But yeah, just talking to him, I guess his testimony, they tracked my phone, kicked in the hotel room door. I was in the middle of printing when they came in.
Shit.
So yeah, it wasn't good.
And this is the Secret Service that kicked the door in.
Yeah,
it was just like state police.
No, it was. So what happened was when he went up to Cleveland, he got pulled over. I guess he had a stolen car. Like he bought this car from somebody, but it was stolen. But he had the like the guy that sold it to him had the title, so he didn't think it was stolen. But so he gets pulled over, and they find $20,000 in real cash and $5,000 in counterfeit money, which I guess I saw in the police report. The police didn't even know the money was fake. They like seized his money, assuming it was drug money, deposited it in the police's bank account, and then the bank came back and told the police, like, hey, it's $5,000 of this shit's fake. You know what I mean? So, but so the Cleveland district, you know what I mean, whatever it is, Ohio, Northern District of Ohio Secret Service, basically made a deal with him and said, we won't charge you if you bring us down to Knoxville and set this guy up.
Now, here's my question. Why do they want you if they just got him for the drugs and the money?
Well, they didn't find any drugs on him because he didn't re-up yet.
Oh, okay. So he was about to. He just had the counterfeit.
They found him with a bunch of money in a stolen car.
Oh, okay.
But they knew he was a drug dealer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
And he admitted that he was a drug dealer. Like, in his mind, he was thinking, like, they didn't find any drugs on me. Like, I've got the discovery, the tapes of him being interrogated, and basically he was like, he offered to cooperate on me. He was like, well, I can give you the guy that makes these bills. He's like, I just am in possession of them. You know what I mean? So they were like, okay, if we drop these charges on you and you give us the guy who makes them, we need to know you're being honest with us and, you know, cooperating and not lying. So, like, tell us the truth. What are you doing up in Cleveland with $25,000? You're a drug dealer, right? And I guess in his mind he was thinking, like, they didn't catch me with any drugs. Like, I'll just admit to being a drug. You know what I mean? So he's like, yeah, I'd sell heroin, and you know what I mean. But either way, so he fucked himself on that.
Mm-hmm.
But and the Secret Service had a good spiel to him. They were like, we're the Secret Service. We don't care about drugs. That's not even our jurisdiction. Like, we're just worried about this money. We just need to know you're being honest with us. So he admitted to, like, selling heroin, buying these bills from me, all this stuff. Like, he just told them everything that was going on. You know what I mean? So the Cleveland Secret Service basically said, we won't charge you if you drive us down to Knoxville and set this guy up. So he agrees. So they let him out. He comes to Knoxville and sets me up. You know what I mean? They let him go as like an informant or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I guess through all that, the Eastern District of Tennessee Secret Service charged him. So like the Cleveland Secret Service didn't charge him in that district, but then they brought him down to Knoxville, and Knoxville was like, well, we're still going to charge you. You know what I mean? So he was a co-defendant on my case, but he, like, basically the Secret Service fucked him, really. Like, but by the time they raided the room, it was the Cleveland Secret Service, Knoxville Secret Service. There was the Drug Task Force there, KPD, Organized Crime Unit. And I don't know if, like, DEA was there or not, but I know the Tennessee, like, state drug task force was there because he was saying that I could get him kilos of heroin because, you know what I mean, which I didn't sell drugs, but I knew a lot of, like, big players in that scene, you know what I mean? So he was trying to get me to just middleman it for him, like, just get it for me from your people. So it's like, you know, I mean, that's fucked up, you know what I mean? I don't even, like, a heroin conspiracy is like 5-10 years, you know what I mean, in the feds. So he's trying to set me up for that shit when I don't even, you know what I mean? I do personal use shit, but I wasn't selling, like, bricks of fucking dope, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so after that, they raided the hotel. Like I said, it was, originally it was state charges until the Secret Service, because they didn't know who I was. They just said, he basically told them, like, I can bring you down to Knoxville and get you this guy. So they had no evidence on me at all except for his testimony. So by the time they arrested me, it was on state charges, and then but like I said, I was printing, like, in the process of making like 10 grand. I was printing 6,000 for these Detroit dudes that put in an order for me, and I was making like a few extra thousand for myself when they kicked the door in. So they got computers with all these files on them, and they need a warrant to go through the computer. So that took a few weeks of them getting a warrant or whatever, searching through it. So eventually those state charges were dropped and the feds, served me the indictment. But
God damn. Shit. So from the time you get arrested from the hotel, it took 3 months before the Secret Service actually indicted you.
Yeah, I think it was like 3.5 months.
And it was, and in that time they was just trying to get the warrant, but they already had all of the evidence.
I mean, I'm not sure exactly. Like basically, they just. I know it said they got a warrant to go through my computer, which I mean they already had. I think the feds had enough evidence to indict me right away, probably.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it took them a few months to finally serve me the paperwork. Because like when I was arrested on the state charges, they put a bond source hearing on me. So like if I tried to bond out, I'd have to supply whatever the amount is. Like I think it was like $150,000 bail or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd also have to provide documents to the court to prove the funds were legitimate and where they all came from and stuff. So like there was no way I was bonding out. You know what I mean? So and I'm sure they knew that. So yeah, they had time to just build their case on me, but it took them like 3 months. Finally, I get called to go to court. My like public defender in the state was like, they're gonna drop their charges on you because the feds are gonna serve you an indictment today after court. So, and I mean I already knew it was coming, because I saw all the Secret Service patches and you know what I'm saying, like I already knew what was going on. But like also I was grateful in a way because the state, at first they were basically telling me I was looking at like 8 to 12 years in the state for like Knoxville probably wasn't too happy. Like I was spending a lot of money in the Eastern District of Tennessee, But with the feds picking it up, all those cases were consolidated. So like they couldn't put a hold on me from Atlanta and Cleveland and Detroit and all these cities. If the feds didn't pick it up, all these different counties could charge me. And I'd be just spending a long time hopping around from county jail to county jail fighting these cases or whatever.
Yeah.
So the feds, when they picked it up, it all consolidated to just, one conspiracy charge. So it was really for the best.
Okay. Thank you for tapping in with us. In order to see more clips like this, check out this video here or check out this one here.